Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim from Palestinian schools in Qatar. This is Ms. Fatima Muhammad Iqbal welcoming you all in my video of unit number 11. It is in the news. Today I'll be covering period number 2, which is about the death of the newspaper. The topic is quite sensitive as it is related to the current scenario of technology. When technology came, especially in smartphones, many objects got removed from our houses. One of them is the newspaper. Let's read the lesson. The death of the newspaper. Any first year media studies student will tell you that newspapers have no future in the 21st century. Any first year media. Media means internet, radio, television, any source which can give you information about the current situation. Research seems to confirm that the internet has taken over from the paper as the main source of news, especially among the young. Confirm means make it clear or make it true that the internet has taken over. Taken over. We took this phrase in our grade 10 book. It means that the internet is now having more power over the paper. And where is it happening, especially among the young ones? The reasons are not hard to find. There is a word source, which means that something from where you take the knowledge from. For example, your teacher gave you a project to write about England. So you will use different sources. Maybe you will go to a book and you will mention the source of this information is the book. Maybe you will go to Google and you will Google some websites about England. So the source you will mention will be those websites that you found on Google. Okay, let me underline these. Media, I told you about media. It's all about the informative channels that we get from newspaper, from television, mobile, anything, radio, TV. Source, from where you get the information, from which channel you got this information. Topic is the title. Now let's continue reading. The reasons are not hard to find. Like a lot of things on the internet, the news is free. And there is a lot more choice, with hundreds of sites providing the latest information on any topic you could wish for. So here the writer is telling about the positive points of internet. That first of all, it is free and you have lots of choices to choose from. There are hundreds of sites which are providing you information on a single topic, on a single idea. You are getting lots of information. So why to go to newspaper? It is also obviously more interactive. More interactive means that you can do more interaction with it. It is your input. What is that? You can search for stories on whatever you are interested in and explore them as far as you want. Yeah, very true. For example, I am interested in knowing the current population of Qatar. So I will simply Google it. I will not go and buy a newspaper and that newspaper does not have this information. So So the newspaper will not be customized. But when you go to the internet, you have the option to choose what you like to know at that particular time. So internet give you more freedom of choice. Often with the added extras of audio and video. Yes, when we talk about a newspaper is a black and white or maybe a colored paper where there is no audio, there is no video. But when you go to internet, you can find many audios and videos in order to see what happened. Supporters of online news also say that they prefer the way stories get straight to the point. They find newspaper article too long to fit in with their busy high-speed lives. See, they find it is too long, the articles are too long, and I must read it all in order to get whatever I want to know. I don't have that much time. So the internet news lovers have many choices. They can go for audio and video. They can get to straight to the point, and they do not have to read a very long article in order to get the information. So that's why people are moving from newspaper to the internet. Now, here we have another point of view. In the last slide, we explained the positive impacts of reading news on internet. Now, there is something else, and it is interesting too. Yes. Personally, though, I'm not sure that newspapers are dead or even dying. 2 years ago, I stopped buying a newspaper every day and started getting all my news online, thinking that apart from the cost benefit, it would save me time. It means that we are learning about someone who quit buying newspaper and he started reading all his news online. He's saying that apart from the cost benefit, apart from means if you forget about the cost benefit, benefit is something that you get as in case of money or you save something, and this is the advantage you get it. So apart from the saving money, it would save me time, and my time will be saved too. But after a few months, I found I was spending at least as much time clicking through various online sites as I used to spend reading my daily newspaper. Strange. I also gradually began to realize that the whole experience was less satisfying. So the first point is that after a few months, he realized that the time that he spent on reading a newspaper was the same as he is spending on the internet to find the right news for him. Plus, he did not enjoy the experience satisfying. When we talk about satisfying, we come to know that maybe a food is satisfying. A cake decoration makes you feel satisfied. Maybe this, that, chocolate, Nutella. Satisfying means that what makes you happy, what makes you feel pleased. So here I show you these pictures in order to sometimes when you are hungry and you are web surfing, so your mind automatically will go to the videos where you can find some new recipes, cake decoration recipes, or some milkshakes or fruit shakes making recipes. So it will satisfy your inner peace. Here, the writer is mentioning that the experience of searching the right news was less satisfying and that I didn't retain as much of what I read. So, and he wasn't satisfied with whatever he was reading and he did not retain. Retain means get. After a process, what do you get? What is the output that you get? Is retain. What you store in your brain. It wasn't as much of what I read. There was simply too much choice on all the internet news sources. I was reading more stories, but they were often not the most important ones. See, here, this is the review of a person who quit newspaper and went to online news. Less than a year later, I came to the conclusion that what I needed was not the freedom to decide for myself what I wanted to read, but outside direction towards what I should read. In other words, I needed a good editor, and in the end, I got one by going back to buying newspaper. So you wanted a good editor, you wanted a good newspaper, not the web surfing. Because too many choices make you confused. So these are the words that I explained already. We have to write down their meanings in our notebook in order to store them for our word bank memory. I pause the video here and you recall the words. Yes, dear students, let's continue. The first word was media, which meant TV, radio, internet. Any information that you can get from media is either reliable or not reliable. Source is the place where you get this information from. So maybe you took it from a website or from a book, from a textbook, like that. The third one is the topic. Topic is the subject of a book, of a unit. It tells you about the main idea. The fourth word we took was benefit. Benefit is the advantage, the plus points of something. For example, right now, internet has many advantages. As you can see that there is a teacher and student communication going on internet. So this is the best advantage of internet, that we have e-classroom where teachers are communicating with students. Satisfying means what fulfills your need, what pleases you, what makes you happy, what gives you that you want at a particular time period. Satisfying, pleasing you. Non-satisfying, not pleasing you. It's not making you happy. You don't need it. You're not happy about it. You don't feel comfortable with it. Now pause the video here and then match these words that we have already taken, except apart from. Apart from, I told you that away from or not including, like that. So let us match the words with their meaning. A is show that something is true. Confirm. Subject is the topic. Not including, apart from. Providing what you want or need is satisfying. Advantage is the benefit. Where something comes from is the source. And ways of communicating. Example in general, TV magazines and internet, radio. This is your media. We will use the same words here. Students usually use the internet as a source of information. I enjoy fast food, but I find a good meal of home cooked food more satisfying. Exactly, it is more clean. Hygiene wise, it is the best food available. She has worked for magazines, radio station, and other media. Can you write me a letter to confirm what you said on the phone? Everything is ready apart from the food, which I haven't cooked yet. Apart from the book in the library are arranged according to their topics. The main benefit of getting news online is that it is free. So this was the end of our lesson. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you very much and have a good day.